we're going to do this, but we're going to do it our way.
Jayce, and then...
All right, hold on.
Jayce it up for a few minutes.
All right. So be dumb. Got it. All right.
Why would anyone
You're
want
getting trouble one way or the other. So how much do you want is the question.
half of it? The least amount. You want the least amount.
All right. Is this what you want me to See, it's like, is this the part where I say thank you?
I have nothing negative to say about it other than
Nothing?
logic.
Nothing? Really?
Other
Nothing?
than a lot of things that I'm about to say.
Sitting in a winter sleigh,
No.
eyeing reindeer to pull me around the world. Oh, Santa Claus!
See if we get it right. We will not get it right.
We will not get it right.
All right, I like it.
This is XRadioX.
Well, Matt, I hit record.
Oh,
you know what that means?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
And to
been
think,
forever.
tonight almost didn't happen because I am just in a fantastically shitty mood.
I'm excited to hear all about it.
Actually, I'm not in a bad mood. You just get in one of those moods where you're like, oh, I should have done this. Oh, I should have done that. Yeah, but the funny thing is, I had a great day. I'm just being a bitch. I really did. I didn't even do the most work around the house, not even by far, and I'm being the bitchiest about it.
Yeah.
Amy's
That's what
a
days
saint.
off are for.
Yeah, Amy's a saint. She's stripping all the wallpaper off of our
Thanks, Amy.
bedroom walls because we got a new bed over the Christmas holiday.
Holy moly.
Because when you become people of a certain age, that's what you get for Christmas is beds.
Did you end up getting the rotating heart-shaped one that you had been looking at?
No,
Bummer.
we didn't go that route. What we did do, it's close though. It's close to a rotating heart-shaped bed.
Okay.
It is a split king-size bed.
What does that mean?
That means it is a king-size bed that is made out of 2 twin XL beds. Because, and this is why it's split, because we got those kind with the bases that move. So, like, it'll sit up. It's like a fancy hospital bed.
O-M to the G.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. But when you put it in a certain context, when you say we got fancy hospital beds and we're people of a certain age, and I have at least 3 pair of Skechers, I feel like I've reached a point in my life that I'm should at one side be proud of, and 2, it's like, oh, this is where I'm at now.
You just bought the Skechers of beds.
I did.
Practical, comfortable. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It's good. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I am proud of it. It's a nice bed. I don't know why I'm proud of buying a bed, but it's, you know what I mean? I'm happy with the purchase that we made.
You can sleep in it and stuff.
By the way, we're 2 minutes and 20 seconds in. Did we even tell? I mean, we haven't done this in a while. Did we even tell the people who they're listening to?
Oh, hi. We're XRadioX.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hi, we're XRadioX. I'm Jayce. He's Matt.
Hello. Thanks for joining us.
We're talking about the bed I bought for Christmas. Hope you enjoy BedTalk with Jayce and Matt.
Welcome to BedTalk. We should do a podcast called BedTalk, and everyone would tune in thinking it was, BedTalk.
The
but
doctors
it would actually
of love.
be just about beds.
Like, what is a split king and why did you buy it? Fun fact about having a split king that is made of this nice memory foam, which I have mixed feelings about, but that's a different
So do I.
talk.
Yeah.
So the nice thing is I can literally stand on my side of the bed and jump up and down. Amy's side of the bed doesn't even move.
Wow.
Not at all.
Just like the commercials.
Yeah, just like the commercials.
That's amazing.
We haven't tried the glass of wine trick. Now that you say that.
That'll be for the next 2-hour episode of BedTalk.
Yes. Next time the kids are gone, it's time for the wine trick.
We tried it with wine. We tried it with orange juice. We tried it with sparkling champagne.
I am going to stand above my bed and throw an egg at it and see if it cracks.
I am going to stand on the other side with a bowling ball.
Y'all didn't know in 2022 it was going to be BedTalk.
So we actually talk about music.
You can listen to this music while you're in your bed, new or old. We don't care.
Don't stop listening, folks. If you tuned in thinking it was music, we will get to that eventually.
Right.
It's coming up. We took notes. We have a little bit of research. We've been away for like a month, so we're chomping at the bit to talk about things, but sometimes you just have to really get a good 5 to 10 minutes in about beds.
I have one full page of notes.
Wow.
Hear that?
Nice.
One page.
Is it typed double spaced?
I skipped some lines, but it's still one page.
Okay.
So
I feel really bad because I did copious notes on 3 of the 4 bands that we're going to talk about. And the 4th one, I just kind of said, this band is cool. So I'm going to wing it with that one.
So the topic of this podcast, this is episode 25, by the way, Matt. We're a quarter of a century.
Yes.
25% way there to 100. I don't know if that was our goal, but we're 25% of the way there.
Yeah.
And today we're going to talk about bands and or artists that should have been huge.
Yes.
Or at least bigger than they were.
And there are a number, like we could do episode after episode after episode of this topic because the likelihood of a band getting huge is very, 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 very small.
Infinitesimally small.
And there are so many bands that just didn't do it. And a lot of them are really, really good. And for, luck of the draw or right place, right time, whatever it may be, they didn't get to where they should be. So we might do another chapter of this down the road, but this is our first go at bands that we each thought should have been bigger.
Yes. And just so you folks know, for this year of 2022, Matt and I actually had a virtual sit down. And by virtual sit down, I mean we emailed and texted back and forth about our plans for this year. We made plans.
I know.
Yeah.
See how close we get.
Yeah. I'm expecting 25%, just like where we're at right now.
I think if we get a quarter of that in this year, we will be in really good shape.
If we get the one.
And that's what she said.
But if we get the one thing that we totally geeked out about over Christmas, if you follow us on Twitter at all, you know that we had a moment. There was a minute.
Yes.
And actually, I've re-listened to the podcast again.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that more later. It's
definitely.
Totally geeked. We're totally getting non sequitur. I have important things to do so we can talk about bands that should have been huger. So what we do is huger. That works.
Okay, cool.
What we do is we like to disclaimer things because sometimes we say bad words and people like my children listen to this every once in a while. I mean, they hear me say bad words all the time at home,
right?
But I am a good parent. I promise. So I just want to warn everybody that in today's episode, I will probably get cranky.
Love it.
I will probably tell you about mouse shit in my attic.
Exciting
stuff, I know. And I may drop the F-bomb here and there because I am cranky and I'm tired.
Yep.
And I had to clean up mouse shit in my attic. So that right there, that is your warning. That is our disclaimer. On with the show.
Excellent. Okay, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I will be more than happy to go first.
Excellent. Take it away.
So on this episode of bands that should have been huge, I went with a band that you may or may not have heard of them. They had a moment in the sun in 2010. I want to say it was 2010. Yeah, that was their first full length. No Name, No Color came out. And that album is by the band Middle Class Rut.
I don't know that one.
You don't know them, huh? Now, if we paid our ASCAP and BMI fees correctly, I could actually play you their song.
I know.
Their big song that they had off of there was called New Low. If I played it for you, I'm going to bet you dimes to dollars you'd know it.
Yeah. You're not going to sing it?
No. Well, I got a new low, all 52 cards in a row. See something and I won't let go. No, I can find the lyrics.
I got a new low, one that won't make me sick.
No, that's I got a new drug. Those guys were huge.
Got it. Okay.
So you never heard of this band, huh?
Like you said, if I heard the song, I might say, "Oh yeah," but it's not ringing any bells right now. Not at all.
So yeah, they formed in about 2006. I want to say they're from Sacramento, California. You know, as most of the big bands are.
Right. Yeah.
And
so they already had an edge.
Yeah, I mean they were so big that they had a MySpace page. It's literally right. Page. It's right here on their Wikipedia page. You could go to Middle Class Rut's MySpace. Let's go there right now. Get in your Wayback Machine.
Yes, let's.
And I'm going to take us to the. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's not really working. I got excited for a second there because now there's a page there. It's got their songs.
Mm-hmm.
It's got. I don't see their top 8. That's a bummer. Holy cow! There's like all these posts with broken links. There's actually
as if they should have been bigger than they ended up being.
Yeah. So weird. Like they should have been huger.
So is this like weren't. A MySpace page that still has a devout following of like 3,000 to 4,000 people or something that are just like obsessed with them, or did they not even get that big?
Well, this page has 10,623 people connected to them right now.
Cool. Okay. That's respectable.
You can pre-order their Pick Up Your Head album or stream it. Now, I just want to let you know that Pick Your Head Up or Pick Up Your Head, let's go back to the page, came out in, hold on, in 2013 or 2013. Yes.
Okay. That was their most recent.
No, their most recent album to come out is Gutters, released in 2018.
But they were not promoting that on MySpace.
No, I didn't see that on MySpace anywhere. They have a bunch of EPs out there. They have some singles. Clearly, their biggest of all time was New Low off of No Name, No Color. They also had another single off there called Busy Being Born. Couldn't tell you what it was. Apparently, I was busy doing something else.
Wow.
But their biggest hit, New Low, got to number 6 on the U.S. alternative charts in 2010. Got to 38 on the mainstream rock charts, and the U.S. rock charts got up to 12. Yeah.
I must have heard this then. It's
a very staccato song. It's like I said, if I could play it, I would. Right. And I'm going to bet you many people would know what it was.
All right.
So, another thing, though, why these guys should have been bigger, I think.
Okay.
They had 2 members.
Really?
They went down the 2-member road. What are some other famous 2-member bands?
White Stripes.
Black Keys. And the Black Keys. And who was blowing up right about this time or had already blown up?
Purple Horseshoes. Wait, no. Who?
Both of those bands.
Yeah. Oh, that was at the same time.
Yeah.
There was
very
only
similar
room
time
for
period.
2.
Very similar. Yeah. 2 band members. 2 bands can make it.
Wow.
This song, I remember discovering this song early on in the streaming world, in the music streaming world. There was Pandora, of course. Everybody was totally hip for Pandora. Mm-hmm. But there was another one that I used more. My sister introduced it to me. It was called Slacker Radio.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
You remember
Slacker?
I
have not used it, but I've heard of it.
You want to know why I used it?
Because you're a slacker.
Because I'm a slacker. No, I used it because it worked the best on my BlackBerry phone.
Oh, man.
Talk about a time capsule, huh?
Nice.
Now, I wish I had more info for you on these guys. They actually had a song they released in 2020, which I feel like a lot of people release songs in 2020 because in case you guys didn't know it, there was a pandemic and there was nothing else to do.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's scary.
I don't remember the name of it, though. That's how big the hit it was. I'll tell you in a second, though.
Okay, so we should definitely put a link to at least one of their songs when we post this episode. So
I'm going to
tuning in, they can at least hear the one and say, oh, why weren't they bigger? And then they'll say, I get it now, the concept of the episode.
Yep, go to our little description and we'll have the link in there for Middle Class Ruts, New Low.
Fantastic.
I still dig the song. It's on my playlist.
Okay. Well, I'm going to definitely listen after we are done here because now I'm intrigued and I want to be able to say, oh, yeah. Hey, by any chance, do you know if they did any cover songs?
I don't know. That's
a gateway drug for me to like the band.
While you tell us about your next band, I'm going to go look.
Okay. So I now when you mentioned that artist, I was like, okay, wait a minute. My list is going to be of pretty much all bands you've heard of, but they should have been massive and they were just like, oh, I think I know who that is. So mine are like well-known maybe, in the celebrity region, they would be like D-list or at best B-list celebrities. So
like what size auditoriums would they play to?
There was a time that all of them would probably fill an auditorium once and then maybe never again. Now they're doing tiny clubs.
Gotcha.
Okay, so the first one I want to talk about, because it's the oldest one, is Tommy James with or without the Shondells. Now, I know you've heard of Tommy James and the Shondells.
Yes.
They have radio airplay. They have hit songs. They formed in Niles, Michigan. I don't know if you knew that. They formed in Michigan. Out of all the songs that they had, though, all the well-known, you've heard this song before, they only scored 2 number 1 hits. They did with Hanky Panky, which is, it's pretty good. And then one of my favorite songs, Crimson and Clover. Now that...
Oh, I love that song.
I know, it's so good. And it never gets old. It's, however many years old, but it's still amazing. So they also had a few other hits that everyone knows, but you may not know that they did it. Tommy James had Mony Mony. I Think We're Alone Now. Crystal Blue Persuasion. He wrote Tighter and Tighter for Alive and Kicking, which is a really cool song. And then when he went solo, he had a hit with Dragging the Line, which I think everybody knows. But this is the thing that bugs me about Tommy James and the Shondells, is they didn't have the huge fame that at that time they should have been granted. And then later on in life, other people had massive hits covering their songs. So, for example, 1987, the year of La Bamba, was a big year for both movies and music. But a young lady named Tiffany scored the biggest hit of her career with I Think We're Alone Now. Number 1 on several charts in 1987. That was a Tommy James and the Shondells song.
It was. Do you want to know what Tiffany's biggest clue was to thinking she was alone now?
There doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
I know, it's profound.
It's like
that's the first thing you do to determine if you're alone is you look around and see if there's anybody around.
True.
She knew that. Yeah. So Billy Idol, Mony Mony had number 1 on the Hot 100. That was a Tommy James and the Shondells song.
I got so tired of that. Every school dance, and there was the part in the middle where you stay all night, how it goes.
yeah, exactly. So Mony Mony was a number 1 hit in 1987 as well, toppling Tiffany's I Think We're Alone Now. So for some reason, 1987 was the year to cover Tommy James songs. In the Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me movie soundtrack, I know Gomez from Playlist Wars probably knows this. REM covered Dragging the Line.
They did?
Yeah, it's really good.
Song.
They did a really good job. And I'm a huge REM fan, so I particularly liked it, but they covered that. And the Austin Powers movies, they always had like 1 or 2 kind of like 60s or 70s covers by current artists. And REM did a really good job of Dragging the Line.
Somebody did a really awful job of American Woman. I'm trying to remember who that was.
Oh,
he's really hot.
It was Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah.
I
was not a fan of
bad.
that version. Yeah, it wasn't terrible, but I think it was one of those, whatever summer it was one of those that was on like every 4 songs.
It was everywhere. Yeah. And it didn't really add too much new. It was just kind of like, I'm going to do this now.
Yeah, just a lot of,
It's true. There was a lot of,
no shirts. He's a jerk.
When I'm researching Tommy James and the Shondells, I did find something, and I want to know if you'll play a little fun thing with me.
I will.
Okay. So a lot of people claim that the song Dragging the Line is the basis for Chili's Baby Back Ribs commercial jingle. Now, you know the jingle, right?
I do.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back. So it's just that for a while. And then someone busts in with chili. Yeah. So
baby back ribs.
If you'll indulge me, if you would mind, will you please do that jingle? And I'm going to bust in with Dragging the Line, and I want to see how well it fits. So if you just start singing, I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, and just repeat that like in a loop, I'm going to come in with Dragging the Line, and we're going to make a music sensation.
Where do you find this stuff?
Because here's the thing. When I read it, I was like, no way, that's insane. And so then I had to listen to it.
You know where would be a really good way to do this?
What's that?
If we were actually on a radio program and we could play music, it would work so much better. Instead, you got to hear me sing.
It would, so but it's an a cappella wonder, and I'll be singing horribly too. So you have the easy part. You just have the I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, and just repeat it forever, and then I'll bust in. Just start when you're ready, okay?
Okay. All right. Here we go. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. Hold on, is that too many baby backs?
Yeah, just 3 baby backs. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, and just repeat it 3 times.
Okay, I was like, that felt too long. That's what she said. Anyways, so here we go. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
Making a living the old hard way.
Baby back. I want my baby back,
giving
baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
Sunshine.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. This is. Did it work?
In the line, it works
baby
though.
Back, baby back. I didn't know if I was supposed to keep going. I didn't know if you were taking if that was
we can do the whole. Pause. We can do the whole song. This episode will just be us singing that.
I think we should go back to BedTalk.
That's enough. It really works though. It was bizarre because I thought, well, that doesn't sound anything like it, but it's the bass. It's the bass in Dragging the Line that it goes do 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 do, and it just repeats that through all the verses, and then the melody's obviously different. But when I heard it, I was like, I'll be damned, that's true. It did really steal that. So anyway, it's another reason that Tommy James and the Shondells.
Baby back ribs, barbecue sauce.
So that's why.
Finish it.
So that's why. Sorry. That's why Tommy James and the Shondells, because really, I hope they get a little chili scratch from that jingle, because I don't think anyone doesn't know at least part of that jingle.
No,
but Tommy James and the Shondells did not. I mean, they didn't have, obviously Beatles success or Rolling Stones success or I don't know, even Wings success, but I think they should have. I love Tommy James and the Shondells, and I listen to them all the time to this day, and they have a bunch of amazing songs, and a bunch of artists actually raked in money because of their talent. So that's why Tommy James and the Shondells
probably raked in some money because he probably owns rights to a lot of that stuff.
I don't know. I couldn't find whether that is true. You would think so, but back then I don't know that people had... I don't know that they went into rights issues as much as they do now. Like he might not make anything. I don't know. That's a really good question. Tommy James, if you're listening, I don't think he's alive anymore. But if any of the family of Tommy James is listening, let us know. We want to make sure.
The Shondells.
What is a Shondell?
I don't know. People attached to Tommy James.
I don't know. But if any of the Shondells, I think we have at least one Shondell who is a faithful listener that can call in or tweet in and let us know how they're doing. We hope they're okay.
Not you, Shondell. Not Shondell, the Shondells.
Exactly. Yeah.
Common mistake. It's okay.
All right. So what do you got next?
I have a Tommy James question over here.
Yeah, go ahead.
You might be able to answer this. Wasn't he attached to the mob somehow? Isn't there stories about Tommy James being attached to the mob?
Can we ask Drunk Theory to do a conspiracy episode about that?
What would you do such a thing? We can do it ourselves.
Well, that's true. We could. Yeah.
Remember we broke the case about Steve Mike and
we did.
Andrew WK
and the Lizard People. Let's save that one for our next conspiracy theory episode, because I don't know if he was... Maybe he did all right anyway, because he wasn't. I know he didn't die in a hail of gunfire or in prison. So whatever happened to him, I think he just died of old age. But
I was going to say it was of crystal blue persuasion, but
Which was about drugs, I believe.
I believe it was. So, and but those Tommy James and the Shondells, they wrote that whole time period. He has a lot. If he didn't make money off of copyright somehow, that is highway robbery, because he did contribute to a lot of people's careers.
Totally. Completely. I mean, I think it's safe to say Tiffany owes her career to him, but I think that Billy Idol certainly got a boost from Mony Mony. I know that wasn't his biggest hit. It was huge for him. I just think that, Tommy James needs some more love.
I feel like I saw Tommy James in concert.
Really?
Yeah, because in mid-Michigan, there was a radio station called Oldies 96, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you heard of them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I toured their studio once.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
They didn't hire me for a job, so there's some bad blood there. But they don't exist anymore, and I do, so I guess I won. So, but Oldies 96, right? They used to do this thing called Oldies Palooza.
Okay.
And I swear that Tommy James played one of the Oldies Paloozas in Frankenmuth.
Oh, cool.
Because you know who else played at this one?
No.
Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels.
Wow.
Yep.
Cool.
I got to hear Devil with a Blue Dress on repeat live.
Now, are they actually from Detroit, or is that one of those monikers that just they think it sounds American, so they're just going to go with it?
I feel terrible. I should know this. I'm going to go with yes. They are from Detroit.
Kind of like Grand Funk Railroad is not really from the area where Grand Trunk Railroad was famous.
No, they were from Flint.
Were they?
Yeah.
Wow.
I am 90. If only I had a giant computer in front of me where I could look this stuff up.
I know.
Did you know, speaking of bands that should have been huger, I mean, Grand Funk Railroad was huge. And yes, they were. I'm 99% sure they're from Flint, Michigan.
Okay.
That they sold out Shea Stadium faster than the Beatles.
Really?
Yep.
No, I did not know that.
We were just talking about
insanity.
We were talking about this in the office the other day because there was a whole thing we were talking about Meatloaf, because Meatloaf passed away.
Right.
And one of the producers on the producer of Bat Out of Hell was Todd Rundgren.
Okay.
If I'm trying to remember this story, and Todd Rundgren produced one of Grand Funk's albums because they wanted to be considered a legitimate band.
Okay.
And Todd Rundgren is a very good producer and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So there was more to this.
Band.
They are an American band. They're coming to your town. They'll help you party down. They are an American band.
Because I was struggling.
Fun fact about American band: one of the first songs I learned to play on guitar.
Nice.
Yep. Because I'm your captain, baby.
We're creating a complex web of musical trivia here.
Yeah, and totally off. Even though you could make the argument that Grand Funk never got as big as they should have been.
Oh yeah, okay, I'm good with yes. I think that's probably true. Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of bands in my lifetime cover were an American band, so they were definitely a huge influence on people.
Yeah, for coming from Flint, I think that's pretty cool.
Another fun fact for Grand Funk Railroad,
mm-hmm.
They were mentioned on The Simpsons, so you know they're big. I guess they were bigger than we thought they were if they made it to The Simpsons.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe they just achieved the level they were supposed to.
Yeah.
All right. Who else you got?
All right. So now that we threw a Grand Funk reference in there and a bunch of things about Mitch Ryder.
We've got some material for our next conspiracy theory episode, so that's fun.
Yep. And maybe we'll just invite the folks from Drunk Theory on with us. They can get drunk.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Yeah. I just think it's funny that to get me psyched to start our podcast, you text me, we're getting drunk.
I know, that's true. I started texting you their theme song.
Neither one of us are drunk. I'm drinking water, for crying out loud.
And I'm drinking hibiscus tea.
Yeah, because we're still shooting for that sponsorship.
That's right.
So, all right, okay. Now that we've got off the dirt road, we've brought it back on here. My next band that should have been much bigger.
Yep.
Now, you can make the argument that they got big, but I think they should have been bigger considering the time period and the talent, and they had the good-looking front man, and they kind of nailed it. And the band is MXPX.
Ah, okay. Yep. I see where you're going with that.
That whole 90s, the pop punk explosion that happened in the mid to late 90s through the early 2000s.
Right.
You know, I mean, Good Charlotte got huge, which who saw that coming?
No, Blink 182. Why was MXPX not in there?
Exactly. When I think Blink 182, MXPX, three members.
Right.
They both were in that pop punk scene. I think unfairly, what kind of never let MXPX make that next jump, and this is a critic and audience thing, not a band thing, was that they kind of started off in the Christian scene.
Right. Yes.
Which I listened to them. I remember listening to them, whether they were Christian or not. It never came across me in their music that, oh, look at this Christian band. Because you know what people think when you say that, people have a certain idea.
You're right. Yeah, of course. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I always thought they were very catchy.
Yes.
And I thought they wrote good songs. That song Chick Magnet, how was that not monstrous?
You're absolutely right. Do you know how they became known as MXPX?
I do.
Do you want to tell everybody else?
Because their original name was Magnified Plaid.
Right. Yeah.
Now I don't know how that changed to MXPX. I don't remember
think it was
that
just
part.
I think he was just writing it, like abbreviating it, and he wrote a big M and a little X, and a big P and a little X to sort of abbreviate.
Instead of Plaid. Like M period P period, it was MXPX,
and it became MXPX. Yeah, exactly.
And genius. I mean, genius. They should have been huge.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, granted, they had a, you know, they've released like 20 singles. They've had 12 studio albums.
Okay, but how many Grammys did they win?
None.
Wait a minute. Did Blink 182, did they win a Grammy? I hope not.
I don't know. Do these bands shoot to win Grammys anymore?
No, that's true. I guess it's really hard. This is the thing with bands that should be bigger. It's hard to find the right metric that means this band is now big versus this band is now medium, or this band is tiny. Like, what makes them? Because I know bands that have won Grammys and then never did anything, disappeared into the ether, and should have been bigger, but then there are other bands who have never won one and they're huge. So it's hard to tell. I mean, record sales you could go by, but
perfect example of a band like that. Aha, Take on Me. Monstrous. They won a Grammy.
Right.
How many people have covered that song?
So many.
Hundreds of people.
Yeah.
And that was it. I mean, I challenge you to name, without looking on the internet, name another single by Aha.
Well, I know, but that's
maybe not you. I'm talking other people.
Right. I don't think anyone could. I mean, there are a few music nerds that listen to our show that probably could, but the average person would be like,
nope.
They would not be Aha. They would be like, oh.
Oh, are you talking about the band with the half cartoon, half live? And that video was so far ahead of what other people were doing at the time.
Yes, it was amazing. There was a sequel to that video, by the way, that they did, and it was, oh gosh, I'm not going to remember the name of the song. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I did not think to write this down. But it starts where the last video ends. The dude and the lady who escaped the cartoon people, they drive off into the sunset or whatever, and then the start of the new video, they get out of their car, they look at each other, and then they basically I think they just break up, and then the song starts. There's no cartoons anymore. It's just, but it's obviously a continuation. They did that. So fun little trivia.
Did not know that. See, I didn't even know that.
About Aha.
Aha.
I did not prepare for the tangents that we've been going on today.
No, that's what makes this fun, though.
It's true.
There's at least 5 people that will be entertained by this. But yeah, the band MXPX started in 92, 1992, kids, that is. They're still going today. They actually had Mike Hara Herrera. I think I said his name right there.
Mm-hmm. Mike Herrera,
Over COVID time, in the beginning, he had a bunch of covers that he just did like solo acoustically in his studio, and they're really good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I dug around, and you sent me a bunch of, pandemic videos, but I don't remember seeing those. I'm going to have to write that down.
I don't know if I ever sent, they did a bunch. The one guy from Goldfinger, who the lead singer, another band that probably should have been bigger than they ever were. I think they got big because he produced a lot of bands, but that's besides the point. But yeah, Mike Herrera did a lot of covers at that period of time, and they were very good.
Nice.
So, and you were right. The band, originally called Magnified Plaid, was a tribute to Husted, who's one of the original members, Andy Husted, who was only played with him for a few years.
Okay.
He had a fascination with plaid shirts. But that didn't fit on the band's posters, and exactly what you said is what happened. They abbreviated it. Instead of MP, they used MXPX.
Nice.
And
the rest is history.
And the moniker was born.
Do you think that staying Magnified Plaid, they would have achieved any more success?
I think they would have achieved less.
You think so?
Yeah, because MXPX is a catchy name.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, Magnified Plaid kind of disappears amongst other band names, and that MXPX makes you think, what's it stand for? What's going on? I like X's. They're cool.
And another connection back to us, this was on Jen's list of songs that reminded her of Radio X.
Yes, indeed.
The punk rock show. And rock was spelled RAWK because, well, they were kids.
Of course. Yeah.
So, yeah, their album, the first album I remember from them, I vaguely remember Teenage Politics, but Life in General was the first album that I really remember by them. And that came out in 1996, and the song Chick Magnet was on there, and I can't believe they just didn't blow up from there. I mean, they got signed by a major label. They were on a major for like 7 years. They did a few albums, slowly going the way of the Buffalo. Right. I think it charted okay. The Ever Passing Moment and Before Everything and After were all on majors. So, yeah. But they, and then they went to Side One Dummy, which is a fantastic record label. One of my favorite bands was on there. And then they were on Tooth and Nail. They're currently on Rock City, but they've been all over the place. And, and they're still going. They're still touring. They still, I think they sell out, mid-size auditoriums. And they're still doing well, but I feel like they should have been huge.
Yeah. Right. Yes, I agree. They should have at least had Blink's success, I think. I mean,
close
that's
to.
Or like you said, Good Charlotte. I mean, they should have, yes. They missed out by some sort of stroke of bad luck because they have a bunch of good songs. And they did a bunch of good covers too. Like MXPX has some sweet covers.
Oh, their cover of Earth Angel is one of my favorites. I just like that song, and then they covered it. It was even better. So,
all right, MXPX, nice.
That was the one I thought I was going to get argument from you on that. No, they were actually big, but I'm surprised there. You agreed.
They were not. Well, so here's the thing: they were not big commercially. Like they were not widespread big. I think that in some of our social circles, they were huge and massive. When we were in college, that was one of the big punk bands. I think bigger probably
ones.
Than like
they were very
Green
accessible.
Day, bigger. Yeah. I mean, I think that was like the one that most of our friends who liked punk were at least partially fans of.
Yeah. They were kind of the band. The way that I would explain them in our circles would have been the band. Like if you like Green Day, it was like everybody likes Green Day. They've sold 400 million albums by the mid 90s or whatever.
Yeah.
And, Blink-182 hadn't really made it yet. I think Cheshire Cat had just been released around that period of time. Maybe Dude Ranch was just coming out. I don't remember. But MXPX, they weren't like hard enough to be like hardcore punk.
Right.
But they weren't radio enough to be like Green Day or The Offspring.
Yeah.
So they were like that crossover that kind of got you in, that gateway drug, as I like to call it, that
very
got
true.
you into a lot of those other bands.
Yep. Very true. Yeah.
And one last MXPX story for you. When I was coming up to visit Northern Michigan, NMU, where Radio X is,
Yep.
I was actually passing through and on my way to Houghton and Hancock to visit my buddy Kyle. You know my buddy Kyle.
Yep, I know your buddy Kyle.
That's actually his name, my buddy Kyle.
First name your, middle name Buddy, last name Kyle.
So, and I was on my way back through and I stopped in Marquette to get gas or something. And I saw a poster that there was a concert and MXPX was playing.
Okay.
But I didn't know who they were at the time.
Yeah.
And so I kind of had to get back down to mid-Michigan where I lived. So I didn't go. But I remember seeing it on a concert poster up there. And they were coming to, I could be just completely having, fever dreams and making this up. But I am very, 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 very certain that they were on a concert poster at the gas station when I stopped and got gas in Marquette.
That's like an Easter egg almost.
Yeah, because this would have been like 1994, 95.
Okay.
Period of time. So it would have been, they would have been small enough that they could have got plucked to do a small show there. So.
Oh, totally. Yeah. All right.
So there you go.
MXPX. So the next one that I have is a band. This is how I'm going to tie them into our college radio years. I had a friend in college named Janelle, and she lived down the stairs and around the corner from me in the dorms. And
I remember Janelle.
Yeah. So super nice girls. She was one of our really good friends, and she had an album that I had never heard of before. And it had a really bizarre cover of like these mannequins sitting at a table and one of their bodies was off to the side and it just looked kind of strange. And it was called Upstairs at Eric's. And I thought, well, what's this? And the band name struck me as very, very interesting. And it was a band called Yaz.
Oh.
Yeah. And I said, what is this? And she was like, oh, this is really good. And she let me borrow the CD and I took it to my room and played it. And I was like, this is amazing. This is fantastic. Like, how did I not hear about it? And as I'm like asking other people, they're like, Yaz, I don't know what the hell that is. Nobody else knew what this was, but I was an instant fan of Yaz. So they were formed in 1981. This is the thing that's amazing to me. So Vince Clarke from Depeche Mode had a couple of hits. Vince Clarke was like, I'm out. He left Depeche Mode. Now Depeche Mode was successful, but they went uber successful after he left. So Alison Moyet, the singer, was posted in the magazine Melody Maker looking for people to form a rootsy blues band. Now this is the ad she posted. And Vince Clarke was like, I just left this really successful dance pop band. I'm going to answer her ad. And Yaz is not at all rootsy blues. They're just not. So they got together. First album was called Upstairs at Eric's. It was put together very quickly. Vince thought it was just going to be like a one-off, like he was just doing a thing. But Alison Moyet's voice is amazing. It's like at the time, I want to say she was like a teenager. She was young, and she sounds like just a monster voice. It's amazing. She's got just a beautiful voice. So basically Vince Clarke created this thing as like, I'll just do this. And they had this fantastic string of songs. One song, I think it was, Only Situation was the song that actually charted in the dance category. They didn't have any pop, any Hot 100. They didn't chart anywhere else. Now, Vince Clarke had a successful band, Depeche Mode. Then he had a successful band with, it's on the tip of my tongue. Erasure. If you're familiar with Erasure, right?
I am. I didn't know that was him.
Yeah. So he's like uber pop artist, like hit maker. And Yaz went nowhere. Like they just didn't go anywhere. And I think part of the reason for their not success, he wasn't really that into being in the band. Like I think their music was amazing, but they put together a semi-bad second album called You and Me Both, and then they broke up. But one of their problems was there was a small band in the States named Yazoo already, and they originally were called Yazoo. So in Europe, like everywhere but the United States, they're called Yazoo. So if you are looking for Yaz, you need to ask for Yazoo. But because of this band that existed already named Yazoo in the States, they threatened to sue them. They said, we're going to change our name to Yaz just in America, just in North America. And we'll still be Yazoo everywhere else, but we'll be Yaz here. I feel like that muddied the waters as far as like, what's that band called? Well, I don't know. It's either Yaz or Yazoo, but it's depending on where you were or who you were listening to or where you heard it, you would have two different band names. So I feel like that was a handicap of some kind to their success. I mean, if you had two different band names, depending on where you were, that would be tricky, right?
I think it would be. And the funny thing is I went and looked it up because I know Yaz, but I don't know Yaz.
Mm-hmm.
And their album says Yazoo.
Exactly. Depending on where you have it. Like her album said Yaz because it was purchased in the States. And if you look up their website, they're called Yazoo. Like they don't have a website anymore, I don't think, but they're known as Yazoo everywhere else to the people who know them. I mean, they're not that well known, but if you are familiar with them, they're Yazoo. But if you're here, it's Yaz. So it's confusing.
Now, was their big song Don't Go?
That wasn't one of their biggest hits. They had a dance hit with Situation, which is a really good song. Don't Go is another really good song, but the song that probably had the most traction, I would say, is a ballad called Only You. And the reason it got traction is because Enrique Iglesias covered it a few years ago. Selena Gomez, I think, covered it a couple years ago, and they got much more traction out of it from their versions. Enrique Iglesias, I think he had a top 10 hit with it. It was on whatever video station you listen to. It played a lot. And so I think he had a big part in the resurgence of that song, Only You. But Don't Go is a great one. Situation's a great one. Mr. Blue, another good song. Midnight is probably one of my favorites. But Yaz is... They should have been in my opinion, they should have been as big as Erasure, if not as big as Depeche Mode. I mean, the talent between the two of them, the potential between the two of them was amazing. And then you're again talking about a 2-person band. Between the two of them, they could have been just huge, and they just didn't go anywhere. And that's a shame. Like, I would have loved to have 10 albums by Yaz or Yazoo. I'll call them whatever they want me to call them. But alas, we only have 2. And he went on to different things. So Yaz, if you have never heard of Yaz or Yazoo, check them out. If you like dance, sort of, I don't want to call it techno music, but it's certainly synthesizer heavy, but vocals are amazing. Then check out Yaz.
Interesting. Yeah, I looked him up. Of course, you can't play this song. And some of the people who did covers of Only You, the Flying Pickets, nobody knows who that is. Not even me. No. Enrique Iglesias, of course, did it, like you said. Yeah. And that was in 1996.
Yeah.
He recorded a Spanish version of it.
I think he did both. Like, I think when he released it, he released 2 different versions. But yes, there was a Spanish version.
It debuted at #1 on the U.S. Billboard Hot Latin track. Hot Latin
right
track,
place, right time. Like, that's gotta... See, if I were Vince Clarke, I would be angry and or ecstatic. Like, what would you be?
I would be cashing the check. That's what I would be.
Okay, fair enough. But if you release the song, and Alison Moyet has a voice way better than Enrique Iglesias, I don't think anyone, if you heard her, would make the argument. If you release a song that goes nowhere, you wrote it, performed impeccably, and then, 10, 15 years later, somebody else releases it and they score #1 hit, I'd be pissed. A little bit. I'd also be like, hey, thanks for the money, but I would be pissed.
I'd be super jealous is what I'd be.
And that too. Yes. Right. Yes. Where were all of you when I released this song the first time?
Now, here's the other person, Kylie Minogue. Kylie Minogue is one of the other big folks that did a cover of Only You.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember that.
It was the lead single from her 2015 album, Kylie Christmas, which actually, Kylie Christmas kind of sounds like a drag queen name, doesn't it?
It totally does.
It does. It does.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. That's not really a Christmas song, but I could see where it would kind of track.
So, yep. And then Selena Gomez did do a version of it. You're correct.
Yeah.
It was included on the soundtrack for 13 Reasons Why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she did a good job. I mean, no fault to the people who... The thing is, I think they recognized talent. They recognized an awesome song, and they took advantage, and more power to them. But I'm just mad that in the 2000s and the 2010s and the 2020s, there are people releasing songs by these artists, and those artists are not even recognized. That's annoying. So,
Right.
Yes, check them out.
So far we have Tommy James.
Yep.
Should have been huger.
With or without the Shondells.
With or without the Shondells. Preferably with.
Yeah.
Middle class Rut, who I think once you hear and are reminded the song, you'll go, yeah, they had it. They should have been bigger than they were.
Yeah, right.
MXPX,
Definitely.
who have it's not that they haven't been successful and made a life of this, but tastemakers, however they do this, I feel they should have been much bigger than they were. I agree. They had all the elements.
They did, yeah.
And then we had Yaz or Yazoo, depending where you're at. One of those
I'm going to say,
again, all the elements.
Since our list is being made in the United States, let's say it's Yaz.
Okay, we'll go with Yaz because that's how I would have known who they were anyways.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have known Yazoo. I would have been like, Yahoo? Like news? And you've been like, no, like Yazoo. And I've been like, Gesundheit. What did you say? So, yeah, these are the jokes, folks. You stay for the music. I beat you with the jokes. So, those are the bands that we have so far.
Sure, yeah.
My next one, if you know who this is, I don't have my camera on, but I would do something crazy.
All right.
I'm fairly sure you have no idea who this is. And many of the people who listen to this probably don't know who this is. But in a certain circle, this group should have been much bigger than they were.
Are they from Saginaw?
They are not from Saginaw. They're actually from Florida, of all places.
Nice.
From Kendall, Florida.
Okay.
Formed in 2004. Okay. Originally, they were called Radio. But they became the band Black Tide.
Black Tide, like Tide?
Yeah, like the tide coming in is black.
Not like they're wearing black ties, so they are Black Tide.
They were totally a metal band. They did not have black ties on. And they were a metal band when they started in like the vein of Judas Priest, early Metallica.
Okay.
They had that the guys who, smoked cigarettes and stood by their Camaros in the dirt parking lot of your high school.
Mm-hmm.
You went to a Catholic school, so you probably have no idea what I'm talking about.
I'm aware of the concept, but no.
Guys with the mullets, that
Got
group, the burners, the stoners, the whatever you want to call them.
Sure.
The people that I liked to kind of hang around the edges of, but I played sports, so I straddled that world a little bit.
You were in the Venn diagram of many different circles.
Yeah. But the group is called Black Tide. Their big hit and their only hit, as far as I'm concerned, and hit, I use the term loosely. This is kind of like the band Middle Class Rut, was called Shockwave. And it must have been, let's see. That would have been 2007, I believe, is when that song hit. And it was called They signed a demo to Atlantic Records. They changed their name to Black Tide. Then they were signed to Interscope. So they went, major label right away.
And was that song about the Transformer or?
No, it was not about the, not that I'm aware of. Maybe that's a Easter egg that I'm not, no. The band the album that it came off was called Light From Above. And that was it. That was all we ever heard from them, which is kind of, I say that with tongue in cheek because it's kind of not true. They had more albums.
Okay.
That album called Postmortem, another album called Just Another Drug. Yeah. Some of the band members leave. Okay. Album called Bite the Bullet.
Okay.
More lineup changes. Chasing Shadows happens. And then around 2016, they broke up.
Okay.
because they got started. Here's the other kicker for them. When they got started, at the time, was he the guitarist or the singer? Was 11 years old.
What?
And
when they started?
The other guy in the band was 13.
Wow. Were they on Ellen?
No, they weren't on Ellen. No,
that's their problem. They should have got their asses onto Ellen. They would be huge right now. That's their problem.
Because, well, I mean, they played on like Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Did they really?
They were on Ozfest.
What the hell?
I don't know. They were on BBC's show, The Sound.
Oh yeah, I know that. Wait a minute. They were on Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah.
And they didn't. Were they on the radio?
Yeah. Shockwave was on, like, if you're in mid-Michigan for a period of time, they were on Z93, the rock station.
Huh.
But yeah, and then they kind of, what happened is they kind of changed their sound. They went from that, leather jacket, Camaro, motorcycle, stoner type metal that we all loved in the 80s. And then they kind of changed their sound. They became more modern. And I think that's where, like, all the people who originally discovered them and were like, oh, these guys are really cool. I love their sound. And then they listened to the later one. They're like, is this the same group? It was probably, now this is just Jason speaking.
Yeah.
Jayce speaking here, is they probably got attached to some producers and they're like, listen, the kids are going to love this. Trust me. And then they did all this instead. And I don't think they ever made it. They never did what they could have done. So,
well, I mean, they were in school, right? I know. I mean, I know that's did they drop out of school? Weren't they in school?
I guess.
So that's probably part of the thing. Like, we can't go on a worldwide tour because we have gym class and algebra. I don't know. Yeah. What are you learning when you're 11?
I don't know. Not much, I don't think.
Wow.
But yeah,
you dug them. Like, they were good.
That first album I dug, Light from Above. And then after that, I kind of lost them.
Too different.
Yeah, it just didn't go. It just didn't go the way that I think it could have for them. I mean, it's like MXPX, kind of. I mean, MXPX much bigger than this group. Yeah. But they had stuff on, like, a bunch of video games like MotorStorm, Pacific Rift, NHL 09, Colin McRae's Dirt 2 and NFL Tour. And, they were on a bunch of those things. And Guitar Hero Modern Hits had the song Shockwave on it. So, I mean,
really?
Street Fighter versus Tekken, Tap Tap Revenge. I mean, they were.
Band? Okay, listen, that band's label is working over. Like, when they're getting on all those video games and stuff. I don't know. I think that's credit to the record label. Yeah. Is that who does that kind of work?
It must be. I'm not totally sure how that works with the label, but they must have been the ones doing it. I mean, they toured with big bands. Seven Dust, Escape the Fate, Bullet for My Valentine, Seether, 3 Days Grace, Avenged Sevenfold. Wow. Those were all big bands of a certain period of time.
Right. Yeah.
And they were all set up to do it, and it just didn't happen. Whatever it was that needed to happen just didn't happen.
Do you think people saw or heard their name and thought that they were just very well-dressed gentlemen wearing black ties, and they're like, not for me? Because black tide is sort of if you say it, it could go either way. Like, one sounds like Pirates of the Caribbean, but one sounds like, yeah, you should have seen those guys. They were all black tied and well-dressed and dapper. Like, it depends on if you're seeing the printed word or if you're hearing somebody say it.
I'm just going to let you keep going on this one.
Okay, let me continue. So, what I'm trying to say, but no, it makes you wonder, like, if somebody, especially because I don't want to say it's a gimmick, but they had a hook. They had a gimmick of a young dude, not even a teenager.
They were like these kids playing this music that they clearly should not know about.
Like Silverchair was like a bunch of kids, right? And that was kind of part of their gimmick, I think. I mean, they had good songs, but they were little. They were like, I don't know, 12
they were
or
teenagers.
Something. Yeah.
There's another divisive band, Silverchair, man. There's a lot. I remember because we were working at the X then.
Yeah.
And, there was a big anti-Silverchair, like, posers, Nirvana knockoff, blah,
Sure.
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But in the end, almost anybody there, except for maybe the guys who are in Man Ray, would have been like, sure, I'll play Nirvana covers and get big.
Yeah. I liked Silverchair. They had some good songs. They did sound similar to Nirvana, but they were
young.
They were young. Yeah.
What were they? I mean, they're just, that's who they liked. So that's how they learned how to play.
Right.
And it was kind of like the same thing with these guys. And
yeah.
And I think that's what people expected of them. And then when they came out with their next album, it's like, what? You're not doing this doesn't sound like Priest at all. And they're like, no, that's not what we want to do anymore. And then they couldn't grow. And you know how that goes.
And that's another really good point, because I feel like and that's going to be the next band I talk about. I'll talk about this a little bit more, but I feel like there is a big risk that bands take when they change their sound. Like, I think, what was the album? I think what was it? Motley Crue put out an album that was like really different.
Oh, it was,
was it Generate? No, what was the one?
It was Generation Swine.
Yeah. And it made, there you go. All right. See, so I'm on the right track, but that's the thing. You take a risk. Maybe that's what all those guys are into at the moment. And they're like, we're just into this type of music now. And our fans must be too. And the fans are like, nope. And then you run the risk of losing everything. Then do you go back to just playing the hits, or do you say, okay, well, now we have to play music we're not really into? Like, we've evolved, but we have to go back to music that we kind of have moved past.
Yeah. Do you just double down on this is who we are and keep going forward? Or do you pay the bills?
It's tricky. I guess you just pay the bills. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. I'm sure cocaine is expensive, and alcohol.
Especially at 12.
Yes.
Actually, it's probably cheap. You don't need quite as much.
Black Tide. I was talking about Motley Crue.
Oh, okay.
But Black Tide probably, yes, also had to pay a premium for their cocaine.
Yeah, Motley Crue. Now there's another band. Boy, they could have just gotten a little bigger, huh?
Yeah, what happened to them?
I don't know. Whatever happened to those guys?
Jeez, they had
they had such talent. They had so much going for them. And then they, their lead singer ended up on Wife Swap. So I mean, what are you gonna do? He wasn't the wife, by the way, but I just
that is pretty sad.
So that was my next band, Black Tide. The album
Black Tide.
If I was going to tell you to go listen to one of their albums, it's the one I'm most familiar with, and it's Light from Above.
Yeah.
The song Shockwave. Whether they did any other song ever again, that song Shockwave is fantastic.
Okay, great. All right, Black Tide, Tide. Okay, so my next one, and it might be my last one, but my next one is a New York band. They had one huge hit. This band blended alt rock, blues, jazz, funk, metal, hip hop into something at the time was truly unique, in my opinion. And it's the band called Living Colour. So the best known hit, obviously, Cult of Personality. That was massive for them. And it's a great song. I mean, like, I love that song. I listen to it probably at least once a week, just because it pumps me up, makes me, puts me in a good mood. I drive into work, I just scream at the top of my lungs, singing along to it. Fantastic song. But they had so much more going for them.
Oh, yeah.
Corey Glover is, in my opinion, one of the best vocalists in hard rock. I mean, he can do so many different things with his voice. Vernon Reid is easily I think he's better than some of the people that say, when they list their top 10 best guitarists, I don't think he is in enough of those lists. He should be, in my opinion, again, in the top 5 to 10 of greatest hard rock guitarists, possibly of all time, and certainly still playing today. But I mean,
when it comes to Vernon Reid, he definitely has, whether you consider him one of the greatest or not, he definitely has a sound.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's his style, as is talking to a lot of guitar nerds out there.
Sure.
His style, although everybody agrees he's awesome, his style like separates a lot of people. They're like, oh, he's too much this. Oh, he's too much that. Like a lot of folks can agree that Eddie Van Halen's awesome.
Sure. Yeah.
George Lynch, when you talk about that group, those 80s guitarists, Robin Crosby from Rat, Warren DeMartini from Rat, Slash, who, hot take from Jayce, I think he's a little overrated. He's good. Don't get me wrong.
He's good.
He's a little overrated in my world.
All right. Fair enough.
But Vernon Reid gets left out a lot of those because he has, I want to say it's that funk and R&B side to his playing.
Yes.
That separates him from that straight up shredder of that era.
I agree. And I think that is part of what pulled them away from huge success, because they come out with a song that is metal and edgy, and the people who like metal and edgy are like, well, what's this? We're on board with this. And then the next song they come out with is sort of a pop punky. It's different. It's more funk, or it's more, I mean, like Glamour Boys, I think, was one of their singles after Cult of Personality. And it was kind of like just a standard pop song. Like, I mean, it was still cool, but it was more funky and it was had more R&B flavor to it, but it was not metal.
No,
really at all. And so I think people were like, oh, wait a minute, maybe this isn't the band that I thought I was into. I'm going to not buy the album, or I'm going to, maybe they've changed and it's not, I think it confused people. I think that they got left behind by the masses because they weren't fitting into a neat package. It wasn't an easy band to describe, and it wasn't an easy band to go to a show and expect a certain type of music. I think, would you say that's fair to say?
I would say it's fair, but I have a feeling it's one of those songs that you hear it this is one band I've never seen live, and I would have loved to have seen them back in the day.
Me too.
But I feel like Glamour Boys, which is the one that from that album Vivid is the one that gets picked on the most.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it's not like the other ones. I always liked it though. I always thought it was. I
like it too. I think it's a fun song.
It was fun, and it was kind of poking that whole vibe in the eye.
Right. And then the people that did like Glamour Boys, the people who were like, oh, this is fun and kind of catchy and stuff, they probably thought, well, this is a pop song, and Cult of Personality is too political or too loud or too, it was different. It wasn't what I thought I was getting when I checked out Glamour Boys. And so you're immediately confusing people and not giving them, because listen, bands can be diverse, but people like the things they like for the most part. And that's the unfortunate thing about taste, is like it's harder to find people who like a variety and who are willing to go on a journey with you. If you say, well, you like this, I'm going to give you something almost totally different, but stay with me because you might enjoy it. And then the next song is going to probably be different too, but wait, don't go away because I might pull you back in with something later. Like, I think that they did so much with their sound and their talent and the things that they could do instrumentally and vocally that it makes people just say, no, I don't want nuance. I don't want gray. I want a metal band, or I want a pop band, or I want an R&B band, or I want a funk band. Don't confuse me.
Yep.
And I think that did it. I don't know if you've heard Open Letter to a Landlord. Have you ever heard that song?
That's one of my favorite songs off that record.
Me too. So it starts like
we're friends or something.
So it's like a soul intro, but then it's got more of a driving rock. Like it's different, and it doesn't fit into a category. But like, I mean, and lyrically, it's beautiful too. Like now you can tear a building down, but you can't erase the memory. Like those are just really pretty thoughts. But again, they're not hardcore. They're not metal. They're not like, they're different. You have to be willing to kind of embrace something you're not comfortable with. And then you can really, really see, like I know this is a hot take, but Living Colour, in my opinion, has more talent than the Rolling Stones. In my opinion.
Wow.
I know.
That is a hot take. And you
very sorry. I'm very sorry.
That's kind of funny that you say that. You want to know why?
Why?
Guess who was listed as additional personnel on that album?
Who?
Mick Jagger.
Interesting.
He played harmonica, and he sang some backup vocals on it. Backup vocals was on Glamour Boys.
Nice. Did he say, I'm fierce?
He probably was I'm fierce person. I can see him, chicken strutting around yelling, I'm fierce.
No, I won't say that. Okay, but listen, here's the thing. Mick Jagger has a good voice, but Corey Glover, in my opinion, has an amazing voice. Keith Richards is a really excellent guitarist. I'm not going to say he's not excellent, but I feel like Vernon Reid is up there.
Influential guitarist.
Yes, I agree. He is a great blues guitarist. Vernon Reid can do almost any type of music on guitar. He still has a sound. I mean, it's like John Frusciante. Is that how you pronounce it? From the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yeah.
He can do different types of songs, but you can recognize his sound on guitar almost immediately. He can do different things, but you're like, oh, I know who that is. You can hear it in between the first couple notes. And I think that's similar with Vernon Reid. Like, you hear Vernon Reid, but he can do funk and blues and
lots
metal.
of stuff.
Like, that's just, he can do so many different things.
Yep.
So that's why, and Rolling Stones fans, don't hate. I'm just saying they have more toys in their playroom than maybe the Rolling Stones have to play with.
Interesting way to go with that. And it's funny that you're saying that they should have been bigger, because that album was double platinum.
Yeah, but then after that, there wasn't. I mean, they have put out more albums, but after that, they're not on the radio. If you hear them on the radio, it's Cult of Personality, and that's a cool station that plays that. It's not. You don't hear them. You don't. They still tour occasionally, but they're not huge. They're not ubiquitous. You don't say, "Oh yeah, Living Colour." People have to say, what do they play? Oh, Cult of Personality. Yeah, I know that song. But they're not a common name. They're not a household name. And I feel like they really should be.
Yeah, they were household names for a moment.
For 1989. That's it.
And they were gone.
They had, they won Best New Artist in 1989 at the MTV Video Music Awards. That was their, I think, and also, to be fair, speaking of Grammys, they did win a Grammy for Cult of Personality in 1990.
Yes,
so they had
that
great
song.
Yeah, it is I love that song. But after that, they were like, we're going to keep going. But people did not flock to them in the way that I think that they should. So that is why I believe that they should be in a much bigger level of success than I think that they are. But I mean, they went on. They still do a lot, and Vernon Reid's played with a bunch of different bands.
Yeah, he's one
of
those guys that people are like, and Vernon Reid, and he comes out and he plays with them, and
yeah, right. But they should have been huge, and they were only huge for a very small fraction of time. So
actually, my favorite part of Cult of Personality, is not the guitar work. It's good. Not the singing, not the audio drops that they put in there.
Mm-hmm.
I just love the sound of the drums of that song.
Yes. Yeah, they make really interesting drum choices, like the do do do, like it's an off tempo. Yeah, I love that part too. Right after the yeah, I love that. We are friends.
Yeah. Did you know that there's a cover on that album?
Did they do Who Shot Ya on that album? They covered a couple different things. They did Biggie's Who Shot Ya. I know that one.
They couldn't have done Biggie's Who Shot You on this
album. No, not back then. I guess that's true. They couldn't have done it back then.
They were good, but they weren't Time Machine good.
Maybe they were. What did they cover on that album?
Memories Can't Wait by the Talking Heads.
Oh, wow.
And then on their 2002 CD reissue of that, they did a cover of Should I Stay or Should I Go?
Oh, yep. I did know that one. Yes. And I think if you were to ask any of them, they would know that answer without any hesitation. But they did a number of really good covers. So that's another thing. Because they could do so many different types of music, their cover songs were pretty eclectic and interesting too. So check out Living Colour, folks, because it's good, and check out the TV show In Living Colour because that was funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say their TV show that they did fantastic.
It was great. The Wayans brothers,
Fire Marshal Bill,
really funny.
Vera Vericosa, Mistress of the Dark, or whatever.
All right, you got another one?
I do, but I feel like we've done good, and I think I'm going to play honorable mention because I got a list of a bunch of other bands.
Okay, I'll name one more when you do honorable mention. I have one little tiny one.
This next one I don't have a lot of information on. It was more of I heard the song on the radio and went, I feel like these guys should have been much bigger.
Yeah,
and you're gonna laugh because it's the group that sang the Chicka Cherry Cola song. Savage Garden.
Savage Garden?
Yeah. I thought they should have been bigger. I love that album.
There was a speck of about, what was it, 2 or 3 years that they were on pop radio all the time, though, and then they just went nowhere.
Yeah, they're gone.
Because they had like 3 big hits. They had I Knew I Loved You Before I Met You, right?
I Want You was the big one, I think.
I Want You. Yeah.
That's the Chicka Cherry Cola song. I'm pretty sure.
Then there was
Ooh, I Want You. I don't know if I need you. Ooh, I'd like to find out. That song.
But then they had that one that was in everyone's wedding. I Knew I Loved You Before I Met You. Isn't that Savage Garden?
That song.
Yeah, I think it
Could
is.
have been.
Yeah, and then
like
maybe
I said
they
before,
had
if we
more.
only had computers to look all this stuff up before we did this.
Trying not to. I hate going tip 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 while
that's
we're
why
talking.
that's why I said I'm going to use this one as my honorable mentions. And no, I'm not trying to rip off Playlist Wars. This is not a Playlist War. I just thought of that after I said that. I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Gomez, Brian, not a rip off. I swear.
No, not at all. I think.
But if it gets
the
me
phrase
more clicks,
honorable mention
so
has been used before they
don't. You don't own that. You don't own that, bro. So my other honorable mentions are The Darkness.
Oh, I love The Darkness.
And they're still touring. They're coming coming to Detroit in March. I've had tickets for them twice.
Seen them.
I didn't have tickets for them twice. They came through twice in the past probably 8 years. One time I had tickets. Snowstorm, got the flu, couldn't go. Second time I saw that they were coming in concert. The day that they were coming in concert, couldn't get tickets to go. But this one I know that they're coming up and in March, so I'm trying to rally the troops and see if we can do end of COVID, The Darkness extravaganza.
Yeah. What's his name? Justin
Hawkins.
He's got a fantastic voice.
Oh, and if you go out, and I think I mentioned this on when we were talking shit about Christmas podcast.
Oh yeah, their Christmas song is really good.
Their Christmas song is really good, and Justin Hawkins has a vodcast. What do you call it when they do videos on YouTube? He does videos on YouTube. Yeah, no, that's not what it is. But he does this series. It's called Justin Hawkins Rides Again.
Is that a video blog?
Yes, and it's so good.
A vlog.
It's so good.
Really?
I highly recommend it. It is so fucking good.
All right. I'll have to check that out.
I had dropped an F-bomb. That's how good it is.
You really mean it.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
And then my couple of my other ones were, of course, the Gaslight Anthem.
Yep. One of your faves.
Brian Fallon.
Yes.
Frank Turner should have been bigger.
Sure.
He's still going, so he could get bigger.
There's yeah. Oh, yeah, totally. He could. Yeah.
And this band out of Canada called Dinosaur Pileup.
You just made that up.
No, I didn't. I swear to God. Go out and look it up. Dinosaur Pileup. They do covers. They've done Dire Straits covers.
Dinosaur Pileup.
I can't remember what was their Backfoot. Backfoot was their big hit. And it's so good. You'll love it, dude. Go look it up.
I wrote it down with a pencil, so.
Yeah, and I swear to God, it's real. Dinosaur Pileup. Come on. They have some other. They do their best cover of all the covers that I've seen them do. Yeah, they do Run DMC's "It's Tricky" and it's fan-fucking-tastic.
Cool. All right, I will check them out then tonight. That's
so
awesome.
I'm helping you beat the playlist war guys again with these covers.
Yes. Oh yes, I do. I am desperate for your help this time because I squeezed all the hard rockica out of my system with.
Oh, I got tons more.
Thank you, because I came up with 10 and I was like, I can't, I'm excited to do another 10, but they had such good songs too. Like I can't use any of their songs and I can't use any of my songs.
Don't you remember we were having a text argument about it? You're You're like, listen to this playlist. And I'm like, well, you should move this and do this. And you're like,
yeah,
no, Jayce, I already picked them. I just wanted you to listen. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's good, but do this.
Yep. Yeah. Yes.
So,
yeah, I owe you for my I think I owe you for my first win. And if I win the second time, holy moly, if I win Playlist Wars twice in a row, I'll probably just retire because I have to go out with
Hold on. Isn't it if you win Playlist Wars twice, we get to take their show? Isn't that how that goes?
I think so. Yeah, I think there is a bylaw in podcasting that if you win a contest in another podcast twice, you have an option to just take their entire format.
Yeah. Totally
So
not
Brian,
true. Love those guys.
Brian, look out. No, but listen, hold on. I'm not going to say that because everyone who votes will be like, well, hell no, I'm not voting for Matt then.
Yeah, he's going to take Playlist Wars.
No way. Cancel my vote.
Gomez doesn't know this, but we are connected brethren.
Yeah.
He doesn't know this because he likes his shirts with no sleeves. I like my shirts with no sleeves.
That's true. Very true. Yeah, you're
as I sit here with sleeves on my shirt right now, but it's I just got out of the shower.
But you tend to like sleeveless.
Oh yeah, if you give me the choice of t-shirts and say we're going out in the yard to drink beer and sit around a fire and talk about music, sleeveless shirt, 99% of the time.
Yeah, got it.
Probably an old black concert t-shirt that is sleeveless.
Cool. I have one for the honorable mention pile.
What's that?
It's a band from Chicago. Two of the members met at Interlochen Music Camp.
Ooh, Northern Michigan.
In Northern Michigan. They got the name from an instructor there who was usually high, and he would often say when he was getting ready to have the kids draw, okay, go. It's okay, go.
They're from Chicago?
Yeah, they're from Chicago.
How did I even know this?
They're a fantastic band, and they should be on the radio all the time because they can write a pop song. Like so many of their songs are so radio friendly, and they just haven't gotten the recognition. And I think people are losing the music because of all of their amazingly crazy music videos that they release. Like they put out every single video they put out is mind blowing. They use some sort of new technology or they do something visually that's never been done before. And I think people see the thing and they lose track of the amazing song. Like, for example, there's a really beautiful song they have called Needing and Getting. But the video for Needing and Getting is the 4 band members in this car that's rigged up with all these arms and buttons and levers, and they drive through this closed course and hit all these things and play the music while they sing a cappella. So like, for example, he'll push a button and a little arm will come out and they'll drive by, I don't know, 200 guitars and the arm will just hit a string as they go across all these guitars that have been set up. And then they'll peel out and drive down this other track, and another arm on another part of the car will hit all these barrels that are evenly placed. So it goes boom, 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 boom. And it's the tempo for the song.
I've seen that one. I know what it is.
It's amazing. I can't even imagine how they did that. It must have taken a billion takes. So anyway, all of their videos, they've done a video in 0G. Like they had one of those planes that goes up and crashes down and goes up and crashes down. And they did a whole video in that. Stop motion. They've done everything. So unfortunately, I think that not enough people have listened to the actual songs because they're just like, wow, look at that and look at that. Because they just haven't gotten the recognition for their songwriting and their playing. And so OK Go is the only Grammy they won was for Best Video in 2007. So
wasn't that for Get Over It?
It was for Here It Goes Again. But Get Over It was another really.
Oh, it is Here It Goes Again. That's the one with the treadmills.
The treadmills, yeah. So I mean, they've had so many good videos, and each one is better than the last.
I don't know why when you say OK Go, it reminds me of the band Motion City Soundtrack. Who's another band that was very talented, very catchy.
Yeah,
they came out at that right time where those bands were becoming, and they just never whatever that push was, they never made it from the, medium-sized venue to being able to do the big venues.
Right.
But they're super good.
That's a good point. That is another one. Again, we could do a whole other episode of a list of bands that should have been bigger, but I really am looking forward to all the people responding to Living Colour being more talented than the Rolling Stones. So feel free to tweet me. Tweet us at XRadioX1 for that.
Now, I think out of all of the bands we talked about, let's see, I did Middle Class Rut, MXPX, Black Tide, and then a bunch of honorable mentioned ones.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I think I've seen, and out of the bands you listed, I think I've only seen live 2 of those.
I've seen live none of them.
Really?
No.
I've seen, now in my honorable mention, I've seen the Gaslight Anthem twice.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
And of course, Brian Fallon and Frank Turner. I've seen them multiple times.
Yep.
And I've seen OK Go.
Really?
Yep.
When did you see them?
Oh, geez. Had to be. I always judge this by how many kids I had. And I want to say I only had 1 kid at the time.
I saw them 3 kids ago.
Maybe Henry was just born. Maybe my middle boy was just born. So that probably would have been the, oh, shoot. I don't remember what album it would have been. It would have been around 07, probably 07, 08. And they were opening for, and this should have been the other way around, but this band had a huge song at the time. They were opening for a band called The Fray. Do you remember them?
Oh, yeah. I remember The Fray. Mm-hmm.
How to Save a Life.
Right.
Oh, dude, they were so bad in concert.
OK Go could have blown them out of the water. Like, they can do so many different types of music. It's really weird that was the opener.
OK Go did blow them out of the water.
Yeah. But this is the thing. OK Go kind of went a nerd route. Like, they really embraced nerdity because they got some of their early recognition as the house band for Ira Glass, This American Life.
Yep, This American
Life. So when they
they
did live shows, OK Go was the house band. And then somebody watching that, or somehow someone got them connected with They Might Be Giants. And so they did a bunch of gigs opening for They Might Be Giants. So their path has been very nerdy. And maybe that's part of what got them not the mainstream success, because they were lumped into the more, I don't know, I guess just geeky music scene. But
and I think
fantastic.
They still have a career going on. They're still doing
stuff. Yeah, totally. Yes. But they should be selling out stadiums, in my opinion. They should be huge, and they should be on both pop radio and alt rock radio regularly, and they're just not.
Do you have this album? You must have this album, but I'm going to ask anyways. Do you have the 12 Days of OK Go?
No.
It's a collection of rare songs, B-sides, and covers.
No, but I might have most of the covers.
It includes, they do covers of the Beatles. They Might Be Giants.
Do they do Kings, all together? No. What do they do by the Beatles?
Adam and the Ants and the Pixies. It doesn't list here what they did.
They love the Pixies. I know that they've referenced the Pixies in some of their songs. Like one of the songs they mentioned, Surfer Rosa, listening to that album. And I know that they're Pixies fans. But they do. I know the Muppets one they do is pretty cool. I'm going to have to look for that. 12 Days of OK Go.
They also released a cover in early 2021, an acoustic cover of This Will Be Our Year by the Zombies.
Yes, that was really good. They did a good job of that. I like that one.
So, yeah, I've seen them. They're fantastic in concert.
Nice.
And I agree with you. They should have been much bigger.
All right. So check out OK Go as well on that big list of artists to check out. If you are looking for things that maybe not everyone knows by name or can name, I think that's the trend. And name 3 songs. If you're a fan, name 3 songs. And maybe you might want to check those bands out because they should have been huge. And for some reason, they did not become huge. And wouldn't it be cool? Here's a leap. Wouldn't it be cool if enough people listened to the podcast and immediately went and sought out these artists and purchase their CDs. And yes, CDs are making a comeback.
The physical copy.
And SoundScan was like, what's going on? Suddenly these artists are now big. And so then they started getting radio play. And next thing you know, they're huge again. All because of little old me and little old you.
Yes, I think that would be fantastic. I'm not going to hold my breath, but I think it would be fantastic.
It would be great.
Even for Savage Garden and their Chicka Cherry Cola.
I mean, I'm okay if Savage Garden doesn't, but they're still cool. I'm not.
That song's great.
Garden. It's good.
It's a great song. It's a great song. I love it.
Yeah.
So there's our bands, our first edition of bands that should have been huger.
Wonderful. I like huger. That makes them seem like it gives them a little oomph.
Because they all had a moment. They even if you didn't hear of them, the reason that they got brought up is because one of us noticed them on something. Yeah. That means they got somewhere at least.
Right. They hit someone and someone said, hey, and then they just didn't hit enough someone's to maintain.
Because I could have just went to SoundCloud and just started naming off, this person, this person, and this person, and been like, whatever, Jayce.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is I actually have been going to SoundCloud and trying to find interesting stuff to listen to because I'm on all the streaming platforms.
Yeah.
And I listen to all kinds of stuff. And even at my advanced age,
sure,
I'm 3 pairs of Skechers in, for crying out loud. I still love new music, and I still get whatever that is you get when you hear a new song that you think is awesome. I'm like a kid again. I'm like, dude, I'm telling everybody, and they're like, who are you?
Right.
Weirdo, cut it out.
Exactly.
My neighbor's like, I'm about to retire. I'm a lawyer. I don't care about this. And I'm like, but have you heard?
But it's music.
But
Enjoy
it's music.
Love it.
And it's fun. And whether you want to hear it or not, neighbor, you're going to, because I love it loud. To quote Kiss.
Very cool.
Oh, you want to know something fun? Speaking of that, name 3 songs.
Yes.
So my daughter she has a couple Kiss shirts because she's awesome.
Right.
And so I always do that to her. I'm like, name 3 songs. So she totally is good at that especially with Kiss.
Very cool. That's good. Because if someone quizzes her on the street, she's got to be ready.
Yeah, but if somebody does quiz her just randomly on the street, I did tell her to run the other way, because if weird middle-aged guy who's not your dad comes up and starts yelling, "You like Kiss? Name 3 songs."
Name 3 songs.
Don't get in his rusty Camaro or his rusty white van.
Just
go the other way while yelling out the name of 3 songs.
She would do it totally.
So we're going to wrap this up here pretty quick because I do have to work a job that pays me in the morning.
Exactly.
And Matt, you'll be happy to know I'm not in nearly as crappy a mood as when I started. And I didn't even have to.
Wonderful. I'm glad. And I think that your family can thank me later.
They will. There'll be cards, cutouts of hearts. They'll send them to you.
I knew if you just push through, we would have a blast. So I know we have to go, but really quick, what have you been up to for the last 10 years since our last episode? Anything fun? Any music?
It's been 10 years.
It feels like it.
Not as much music for me as podcasts.
I've been. Oh yeah, you've gotten into a bunch of new ones.
I've been digging into a bunch of stuff, trying to catch up. I spent a lot of time just trying to catch up on all of the other podcasts we listen to. Of course, Playlist Wars.
Yes.
My buddy's podcast, Your Sunday Drive.
Mm-hmm.
Drunk Theory.
Yep. Drunk.
We're getting drunk.
So
next
catchy.
on Stage 1.
Yes. Good one.
I kind of went on a hiatus with them for a while, but then I picked up some of their last few episodes, and they keep progressively getting better. I got to give them a shout out. They're it's definitely for a specific group of people.
Sure.
But it's very interesting because, and I kind of commented on something that Pixie was talking about online.
Yeah.
About in their latest podcast, they were talking about like what happens after the strip club closes.
Oh.
And I won't get into that part here. But they were talking about where they used to go because, they're ending work. So they'd go to restaurants. They'd go, and there were specific places that they would go. And I said, the overnight radio disc jockey kind of had a similar life. A lot less strippers.
Yeah.
But a similar life, like there's a place you would go afterwards, and you
That's
like
true.
led this weird life that nobody could relate to because you were up when everybody's asleep.
Very true. Yeah.
So there was a little back and forth on that. It was fun.
Right.
And,
cool.
but
So
one that
I've been listening to your recommendation, the Dave Holmes Project podcast, Sudden Impact, which is fabulous.
That was my next thing I had two
Waiting
other
for
ones I was
Impact.
going to mention.
Waiting for Impact is what it's called,
Yes.
but it is so good.
It's such a time capsule.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It is. I mean, and I could listen to it back to front 2 times.
I've already listened to it twice.
It's
That's
so
right, Dave
good.
Holmes,
And every
twice.
time he mentions different songs, and he mentions different, artists and just nuggets of what was going on at that time. And I'm like, oh my God, that's right. Like I find myself saying that almost out loud when I'm in a room by myself. So that I've been checking out. But have you heard the new Red Hot Chili Peppers song?
I have not yet, but from qualified sources within my house, I've heard it is abusively average.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to say it. It's got a lot of Red Hot Chili Pepper to it. You definitely know it's Red Hot Chili Peppers. I mean, it's cool to hear that guitar sound that is so, instantly recognizable. Anthony Kiedis is like a sea shanty singer now, which I guess is the hip thing at this time on the internet. So he's got that going for him. But what I found interesting is there's really very little bass guitar. Like it's in there, but it's way in the back. Like it's not. Normally the Red Hot Chili Peppers have that thumping bass line, that funk, and they bring it, and you're like, bow, bow, and you're like into the funk. And this song is like, it was almost like they forgot to amp it up, like the pot up the bass when they were mixing it, or it's just weird. It's a different song. It is very Red Hot Chili Peppers, but there are a couple things. Anthony Kiedis' singing voice now he almost has an accent, and he's very sea shanty, and not enough bass for me, but I'll check out when the full album comes out. I'll be excited.
I mean, I'll listen. It's the Chili Peppers. And, I think one of the problems with the Chili Peppers is we all remember when. And this is probably a problem for a lot of those bands that got huge for something.
Yeah.
We all remember when. Like some people remember discovering them with Mother's Milk. Now, there are people who discovered them before them with Freaky Styley and the Uplift Info Party Plan, but those people are way cooler than us and wouldn't be listening to this.
Way
anyways.
cooler.
But, some people remember when Mother's Milk, and they remember the Stevie Wonder cover.
Yeah.
Or they remember Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
That was me. Blood Sugar Sex Magic was me. Yeah.
Yeah. Mine was Higher Ground, but I didn't make the connection of who they were because I remember them when they're in the movie Thrasher. They were the party band in the movie Thrasher, but I never made the connection between that, the song Higher Ground. But for me, when it really hit was Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
Yeah.
My buddy Matt, who's the host of Your Sunday Drive, was over one time.
Yeah.
And him and his wife are here, and myself and Amy, and we're sitting around and we're talking, and Matt and I, when we get together, we're just always playing songs. It's like, hey, did you hear this or remember this? And blah 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 blah.
Cool.
So my son comes down, Henry, my middle boy, and he's got a Red Hot Chili Peppers shirt on. And Matt didn't yell, name 3 songs, which would have been hilarious. He didn't. He looked at me and said, what's your favorite Chili Peppers song? And there is a right answer, and it's off Blood Sugar Sex Magic. Go. And Henry still got it wrong. He picked a good song. Yeah, I mean, he's 14, so I want to, if I remember correctly, he picked like Give It Away Now, I think.
The correct answer is Breaking the Girl.
Oh, nope. So you were wrong too.
Come on.
The correct answer is Suck My Kiss.
I do. All right. I love that song, but I don't know. Something
one
about
of the
Breaking
great
the Girl.
lead-off songs of a record of all time.
Yeah. Yes. All right. You're right. That is probably the best song on that album.
So,
nice.
Yeah. So just so we can drag this out even longer.
Sure.
So we took a break over Christmas time, New Year's time.
Yep.
And all of that. And I've had to go, like my media life has kind of started back up again, where I've had to go like work on the road again.
Yeah.
Which was a lot. It was not bad. Everything didn't catch COVID, which I was pretty happy about.
Excellent.
And I went to Florida of all places and didn't catch COVID.
Yeah, you practically went fishing for COVID.
Yeah, I was like just sticking my face in mist trees everywhere, just like COVID. But
COVID.
So did your holidays go well? Did everything go good for you guys?
Yes, everything was lovely.
Now you're just listening into a phone call between Matt and I.
It was good. We had fun. We did the boys, as always, make out like bandits, and they have gift overkill from my family, so they had a blast. Did that episode of Playlist Wars with our friends over at Playlist Wars, Brian and Gomez. So if you have not heard, check them out. They have the hard rock covers episode that I am a guest on. So please go vote for moi. And I think I think that the voting closed for people who want to vote for Brian and Gomez. I think there had some sort of restrictions. So I think
you can only vote for Matt now.
Yeah, you pretty much only can vote for me. So hopefully
you should vote for Matt because he picked the right Judas Priest song.
I did. That's true. I did. And I picked a Kiss song. So
yes, you did.
Yeah. So I personally think I had the best list, but it's, again, 3 fantastic lists. So if you are a fan of cover songs and you want to get immersed in cover song inane chatter, then that's definitely an episode of Playlist Wars you want to check out. But be sure to vote once for me.
Yeah, I already warned them that if they get 10,000 votes from one IP address, it's just because I have a big family. Just
thanks
don't
for
pay
tears.
attention.
Thank you.
Keep walking the other way.
Perfect.
Yeah, our Christmas went well. Our New Year's went well. Everything, all the families ended up getting together in their own different versions of how we were going to do it.
Good.
And it's tough because I'm divorced and Amy's divorced. So
yeah,
our kids, and it sounds counterintuitive, but the kids actually get tired of Christmas at some point.
Oh, because it's like Christmas Eve, you're here. Christmas Day, you're here. The next day, you're there. Like,
and it's like
it never ends. You don't have I get that.
Like, because, I mean, and I say that, it's not that they don't enjoy it, but it's like, okay, we're still doing Christmas.
Now, where are we going? Now we have to have a dinner now at whose house? Yeah, I can see where that would be.
And it's all the gifts and everything. And now they would be like, Dad, zip it. You're ruining it for us all. Stop it. Divorced kids everywhere are going to show up on the doorstep and beat you with a stock full of quarters. Zip it. We're not tired of it. We love all the Christmases. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Right. Yeah. Right. Well, good. I'm glad it was excellent.
Oh, man. Well, good. I'm glad we got the first episode of the year monkey off our back.
Feels good. Excellent. We have a big list of things that we want to do this year. And hopefully we get to half of them. And I will consider that a success. Very special guest we're working on in talks with for possibly the next episode. So we don't want to reveal anything because if it doesn't work out, I'll be bummed and I don't want to, get super excited. But if it works out, it'll be really, really cool. So listen for that coming up. Yep.
We made a schedule and everything.
I know. It's so weird. Like I feel strange sharing documents. I love the technology, but it's weird to me. Like it feels like I could reach my hand through the screen and pat you on the back. I don't know why. It's too simultaneous. It's strange to me. I'm an old man.
Yeah, okay, I'll put it in pencil and I'll mail it to you. Will that make you feel better?
That's what I need. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
But either way, we have some fun things lined up. If we get to half of them, I'll be very happy about it. I have a bunch of songs from our old RadioX friends that they've given us license to use on our show. So we're going to be playing some of their songs from the 90s and 2000s that they wrote.
Like an actual radio show.
Like an actual radio show. We're going to play some songs.
We have liners and stuff too that we can play in between.
I haven't got my hands on those yet. But
yeah, Spike and Empire, I think, both sent us some stuff. We just have to weed through it.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. They did. And actually, I found a couple cassette tapes, but I got to get the old digitizer out and we'll see if I can get the magic going. Some guests and hopefully a couple, I don't want to ruin it because if we don't get to it, but the one feature that I wrote and I sent you like a list of guests and we should try to do this, I'm super excited for that. Yeah. And if it doesn't happen, my feelings won't be hurt, but my feelings will be hurt. So.
All right. Do you have a song lyric we can wrap up with?
I don't have a song lyric, but I have a word of advice.
Oh, let's hear it.
If you hear squeaking in your walls, you have mice. That's my word of advice.
Damn it. Yeah. Okay.
I do.
Oh, you know what? Hey, we had a bird in our fireplace.
Oh, dude, I had that happen at one of my old houses. That scares the shit out of you.
Yeah, he was flapping around in there, and luckily he flew back out. But
see, you got lucky. Mine never flew out.
We have a white carpet in our living room, so I was fully prepared to just leave it in there until it died of old age. There was no way I was going to try to get it out in like white couch, white carpet. I just thought, okay, if it's in there. Your wife
is one of the bravest people I know.
I'm just going to start bottle feeding it, and it's just going to be our pet. We're turning that into a terrarium.
It would have been fine. You could have just put your youngest son in there, and you would have either caught it, ate it, or threw it out the door. I don't know.
Exactly.
Or all of those things.
Something would have happened. That's true. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for tuning in. We will see you next episode. Feel free to tweet us. You can go to @XRadioX1 or @Jayce the Ace 4.
Apparently, there's 3 other ones somewhere,
which is weird. If you want to comment on anything we had to say in this episode or any previous episodes as well, and we will see you on the internets.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Have a good night.